Moving on, now we
Thank you.
have our very first keynote presentation by our eminent technology sponsor, Oracle, on deploy Oracle's full cloud capabilities inside your data center, presented by Mr. John Mersey, Cloud Solution Engineer Leader, Africa Oracle. We welcome you, and the stage is all yours, John, for the next 15 minutes. Over to you. John,
All
we
right,
can hear you.
sorry, apologies for that. A bit of a technical issue from my side. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to the audience today regarding what we are doing as Oracle in the hybrid space. I was following the discussion, and I think a lot has been said about the benefits, the challenges of going to cloud, and I think Dominic was one of the panelists who mentioned the challenges of actually doing hybrid from a private cloud point of view. So I think I will try to talk about what Oracle is doing to alleviate some of those challenges with regards to hybrid cloud computing. My name is John Mersey from Oracle. So I'd like to just talk briefly about Oracle's public cloud and what we've done so far in public cloud, because again, that translates to what we are also doing around the hybrid cloud. So we started off Oracle Cloud with Gen 1, Generation 1, and it was a bit lacking in certain respects. And we've actually had to go and re-architect the entire cloud so that it's actually fit for enterprises. So we've actually rebuilt our entire business model. So when I say we rebuilt our entire business model, we ourselves are our own customers. So whenever you subscribe to, say, for example, Oracle applications, we are hosting that ourselves. Internally, even applications that we're using internally as employees, we are our own customers. So we really made significant changes to our own cloud in the manner that our goal is really to ensure that customers, whenever they use Oracle Cloud Services, they are successful. We've built over the years SaaS applications, so software as service applications, and we've integrated these applications with our technology components so that we offer customers choice. We've actually taken also our on-premise applications, so we've re-architected them so that they also fit within a public cloud model. And I think Andy mentioned, he made a comment about cloud providers being able to provide SLAs. Again, if you're a public cloud provider, wherever you guarantee a customer, you should be able to back it up. And one of the things that we are doing in Oracle Cloud is actually provide SLAs that are financially backed, including performance SLAs. So as of today, we have 80 plus unique services. All these services are meant to meet customers at their point of need. Whenever we talk about cloud journeys, I think somebody spoke about the 6 R's of cloud migration. We've built our cloud in such a way that you're able to accomplish what you need to do in cloud from very simple capabilities like simply rehosting your applications to something a lot more involving where you do things like refactoring an entire application to possibly be cloud native. We've also added some unique services in there. I think you might have heard Oracle talk about autonomous services. We do have an autonomous database that is built in a manner that allows you to focus only on what is really important to you as a customer. So again, when you look at the total cost of ownership, there are some hidden costs. And I think again, Andy, this is something you mentioned. Things like managing services. This is really something that doesn't add value to any customer. And so whenever you think about going to cloud, you try to use higher level services, managed services, so that you don't have to incur the cost of actually managing it. As opposed to that lower layer where you sort of simply just renting servers, renting virtual machines, and you pretty much still have to manage the entire life cycle for your applications. So we've really come a long way with all the services, and we continue to add new services every single day. We've really made a lot of investments as well with the way in which we allow customers to consume or to leverage Oracle Cloud. One of the things we've done there is to ensure that if you are a customer and you've already purchased Oracle licenses, or you've made an investment in Oracle from a license point of view, you can indeed leverage those licenses in public cloud as well. So you don't actually lose anything. You can continue sweating that asset even as you move to public cloud. We use a very unique model in terms of the way you purchase and use services, and that's through something called universal credits. Not to really go deep into it, but the point is that you can use essentially the same funds to consume any service that's available in Oracle Cloud. And again, somebody did mention aspects around, capacity reservation. So these are some of the things that you can achieve using universal credits. We've made it in such a way that with Oracle Cloud, you sort of are able to basically lift and shift your applications as they are, and run them in Oracle Cloud. While being able to gain, as I mentioned, financially backed SLAs, availability, performance, and manageability. One unique thing that we also do is that we understand that most customers are not, they might not be very familiar with the cloud model, and they might, run into challenges as they try to migrate some of the applications or databases or whatever workload you're migrating to cloud. And so what we've done is also have this a team of engineers. We call them Cloud Lift. And essentially their job is to help customers to stand up those workloads in public cloud. And this is a service that is provided for free. And lastly, there is an aspect of, you can call it a loyalty point, in the sense that if you are an Oracle customer with licenses and you continue paying yearly support for your licenses, we made it in such a way that if you're using public cloud, you could repurpose some of the spend that you've incurred in public cloud to offset your annual support bill. So for every dollar that you spend in public cloud, 25 cents or 25% of that can be repurposed to offset your support bill. And looking at the global footprint, obviously, we now have 38 regions plus, and this is something that we continuously, we are adding more regions as time goes. We serve both commercial and government customers. Again, the strategy around this is to meet every customer at their point of need. So if, for instance, you have data sovereignty constraints, we try to give all customers proximity to a region where they can satisfy that kind of requirement. I will talk in this presentation, I'll talk about the dedicated region. So I'm going to leave that out for now because that is our unique offering from a hybrid point of view. We've also made some, or rather, we also have some partnerships with other cloud vendors. So Microsoft specifically, we try to give customers the ability to leverage multi-cloud. So I believe one panelist spoke about the possibility of running, doing hybrid cloud where you have the database on-prem and the application, say, running somewhere in public cloud. Well, there is also multi-cloud where you could be running a database, say, in Oracle Cloud and run your application in, say, Microsoft Azure, and being able to do that without incurring any kind of latencies. So that's something that we have with Microsoft. But specifically for today, I want to address one key issue, and that's regarding hybrid cloud. Now, we do know, and this is based on a survey that was done by IDC, I believe it was 2021. 71% of enterprise workloads will continue to remain on-prem. And this is going, we already have a significant number of customers who are already moving to cloud. But even for those customers already moving to cloud, there is a significant amount of workloads that will continue to continue running within their own data center. And this is because of different reasons, right? Another prediction there from IDC is around dedicated cloud, that it will become the norm by 2025. Now, why do some customers, why is it that there are some workloads that cannot be moved to public cloud? Now, I think even within one of the panelists mentioned issues around compliance. You might have data regulations that doesn't allow you to move your data to public cloud. It could also be that you simply are not ready to manage the risk that comes with public cloud. Again, this is a real thing. When you talk about security in cloud, one of the things that sometimes customers forget is that at the end of the day, when it comes to what is really important, and that's the data, the customer is ultimately responsible for that. You look at breaches that happen in public cloud, and quite often this is an aspect, or rather, by far, it's typically caused by customers misconfiguring their public cloud environments. So looking at some of those aspects around public cloud, some customers have opted to run some of their mission critical workloads within their data center. Now, if going by this prediction where IDC is saying by 2025, dedicated private cloud will become the norm, how then can we achieve that while still being able to give customers the advantages, the benefits of running in a public cloud environment? And this is exactly what dedicated region from Oracle. That's the kind of issues that dedicated region tries to address. It's essentially a public cloud within your data center. Okay, you enjoy exactly the same benefits as you would within a public cloud. So the things that very well, things like agility, things like being able to purchase a piece of software that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Think about AI, for example. If you look at public cloud, you're able to leverage AI APIs without necessarily investing a lot of money to do that. And so with a dedicated region, we bring the entire capabilities that we have in public cloud and run it within your data center. And I've actually used I've used an image there to show you that this is literally a physical installation that is installed within your data center. It will sit among your other equipment in your data center. You have there is some sort of shared responsibility again, because dedicated region can only become possible if you have a data center. So we work with you as a customer, and based on your requirements, we can bring that public cloud infrastructure within your data center. One of the things that obviously, because it needs to have similar economic benefits of public cloud, you start small so that you don't have to invest and put capacity that you don't need now. So you look at what are the requirements that I have now. What are the applications, databases? What are some of the things that I need to do now, or say in the next 1 year? And then as you expand your cloud requirements, as you onboard more workloads to your cloud environment, we can then scale out this particular installation. So it's flexible. You start small and then you grow as your requirements increase as well. And to address Dominic, because one of the things Dominic spoke about is if it's private cloud becomes expensive, because again, this is something that you have to build yourself. You have to maintain it yourself. You have to make sure that you provide basically everything that comes with it. Now, with dedicated region, you more or less provide space, and then you don't have to worry about running it yourself. You only consume the services that come with it. So we bring the cloud to you, we monitor it, we maintain it. You don't have to worry about issues of hardware refresh, which is something typical with private clouds. It only becomes I'm paying for exactly what I'm using. And this is exactly the kind of private cloud that tends to really give you a better TCO, even with the hidden costs that come with private cloud. And when we say we bring the entire
I'm sorry
cloud
to
to,
interrupt, John. I'm sorry to interrupt. We have a minute left before we have the next presentation. We're already five
okay,
minutes over time. Yeah.
let me try to wrap it up. So we provide capabilities that are familiar in public clouds, from compute, things like functions, all the way to high performance computing. Storage at scale. Object storage is storage at scale. Block storage is what you're typically used to. So think about it as a hard disk. And among these are just some of the services that come with this dedicated region. But essentially, we have all the services that we have in public cloud within this dedicated region. Just to quickly go through the major use cases for it, we have government, which is typically has challenges with regards to data residency. And I think this is a unique proposition for government, for instance. Low latency applications. If you're a telco and you're building lots and lots of applications, and you don't really want to you don't want your applications to suffer from issues around latency, this could be a capability that might alleviate that. And I think one of the things that somebody mentioned as a question was one of the challenges with public cloud is internet. Internet is it's not dependable sometimes. So this is an opportunity for, say, a telco or even a bank to build and run cloud applications within the data center. And that goes again to things like modernizing your infrastructure and applications. So think about the 6 Rs. You can do simple lift and shift of applications to dedicated region, all the way to actually developing cloud native capabilities. And in summary, it's really a full Oracle cloud within your data center. It's 100% OpEx, so you're only paying for exactly what you're using and nothing else. And you start small and you grow, it grows with you. As your needs grow, as your demand grows, then you also scale your dedicated region. So don't buy or build a private cloud. You can partner with us, and we can give you that capability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thank you. So, uh, thank you very much for the extremely insightful keynote, and thank you for taking time out for the summit and sharing your knowledge with us. We, the entire team of Trex Events, are truly appreciative of Oracle's association and your presence with us today. Right? Thank you. Thank you so much.